Hey everyone, Dr. Clint Steele here. I hope you're having a fantastic day. In this video, I want to share the truth about genetics and whether or not genetics cause disease. So I'm going to be basically, here's the problem, guys. Too many people in our society believe that genes are the cause of their disease. Genes are the cause of their health problems, when in fact that's not the truth. So in this video, I'm going to debunk that. I'm going to share with you some of the research showing this and what you can do about changing your health problems, because they really have nothing to do with genetics. They have more to do with how well you take care of yourself. And so I'm going to share with you what you can do in regards to that. So first, the problem. Too many people think that genetics are the cause of their health problems, their disease processes. And I think a lot of people want to believe that, maybe not consciously want to believe that, but subconsciously want to believe that, because that gives them then the green flag to go ahead and eat their junk and smoke their cigarettes and not exercise and lay around and all this stuff. They say, you know what, I'm going to die anyway. It's not how well I take care of myself. It has to do with, what my mom and dad passed on to me or my grandparents passed on to me. And I'm sorry, but I'm going to pull the rug out from under you on that, because that's not the truth. And so it's time that we take responsibility for our own health and get rid of this notion that, it's just circumstance and it's just, based on, the family that I was born into or whatever. And I'm going to share with you some information on that right now, in fact. So I hope you're excited, because here's the deal. And I've been doing a lot of research recently. I'm putting together a whole program based on how you can transform your health based on lifestyle changes. That's it, guys, lifestyle changes. And it boils down to this. There's only 3 causes of disease, and one's not genetics, and it's not germs. 3 causes of disease, guys, and that is stresses. Physical stress, chemical stress, emotional stress. Those are the 3 causes of disease. You look at any disease process, and it's based on one of those. Even if, we're going to talk about this in a second, there are some genetic factors that play a role in a small, guys, I'm talking small, and I'm going to go over those in just a second. But in a small number of diseases, genetics do play a role. But even with that, one of those 3 stresses caused genetic predisposition to that from parents, grandparents, great-grandparents, great-great-grandparents. I hope that makes sense. If not, I'll get into that in future videos. But here's what the research says, and this is only a couple research articles, guys. I've come across dozens and dozens of these, but for time's sake, I'm just going to go through a couple of these. This is a book I've been reading. I've been reading lots and lots of different books on healthy aging and wellness into your, being well into your 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. This book's called Healthy at 100, and it's written by a medical doctor, Dr. John Robbins. And on page 105, guys, it talks about a study that was done by the MacArthur Foundation Research Network on successful aging. And they conducted a major study both on identical and non-identical twins who were raised apart. And the research, or the main research guy, is a medical doctor, Dr. John Rowe. And he concluded this. The bottom line is very clear. With rare exceptions, only about 30%, guys, 30% of physical aging can be blamed on genes. And as we grow older, genetics becomes even less important. He goes on, he says, these findings shatter the myth that our course in old age is predetermined. He goes on, he says, MacArthur research provides very strong evidence that we are in large part responsible for our own old age. We are responsible. Each one of us. It goes on, he says, there are some diseases, of course, such as hemophilia, cystic fibrosis, sickle cell anemia, Tay-Sachs, Huntington's disease, that are strongly or entirely determined by genetics. That's what I was talking about. Even those, guys, are predetermined based on how well you take care of yourself. So that's going maybe 2 or 3 generations up, that those genes have been transformed to be passed on. Now, I go on further. It says, I do not wish to minimize the importance of knowing all we can about genes and how they affect health. But we now know we now know that even when there is a genetic predisposition for cancer, heart disease, hypertension, rheumatoid arthritis, and many other conditions, taking care of yourself, he speaks of a healthy diet, regular exercise. I'm going to throw in regular chiropractic adjustments, can at the very least, substantially delay and more often completely prevent the emergence of the disease. Guys, completely prevent. He's talking about a healthful diet, regular exercise. I throw in regular chiropractic adjustments, can completely prevent the emergence of the disease. Now, another study done in 2002 concluded that in most cases, genes are not the preeminent factor that many have believed. And the doctor that did that, Dr. Valiant, medical doctor, too many times it seems as if heart attacks and cancers are visitations from malicious gods, that much of the pain of old age is in the lands of the cruel fate, or least of cruel genes. The whole process of aging sometimes feels completely out of our control. But blessed with the prospectively gathered data through this research article he was talking about, I was astonished at how much of healthy or lack of healthy aging is predicted by factors that are more or less controllable by our own selves. Guys, right there, medical research, medical doctors talking about this. In addition, they did a study of Okinawans. These are people that live on the island of Okinawa in Japan. At one point, I don't know if they are anymore, but at one point determined to be some of the healthiest people in the world. And what they found was the life expectancy of Okinawans who moved from Okinawa to the United States noticed a drop of their life expectancy by 17 years. 17 years, guys. So again, another proof, another thing that proves that genetics really have nothing to do with it. It's how well we take care of ourselves. They took these Okinawans who have the same genes going on down. They've lived on this island for years and years and years. They take them off this island where they ate well, they exercised regularly because they were physically active, they had less stress. All this stuff they took out, they placed them in the United States where their lifestyle changed, their diet changed, their stress increased, and their life expectancy dropped by 17 years. Guys, that's huge. That's huge. So here's what you do. Guys, you start taking care of yourself. That's it. Guys, you start taking care of yourself. There's so much data, so much information right now out there on what you should eat, what you shouldn't eat. Guys, and I'm going to go over this in future videos, but guys, all the research that I watch, that I'm reading, all the books that I'm reading, all the lifestyles of blue zones, of people living well into their hundreds, 110s, 115, and they're still active. They still have their memory. They still are able to function. They're still working on a daily basis. All this stuff, guys, comes down to lifestyle change. Eating the proper foods. Guys, in case you don't know, McDonald's is not a proper food. Diet Coke is not a proper food. Coca-Cola is not a proper food. Eating Twinkies and Ding Dongs and ice cream, not proper foods. Guys, you know what the proper foods are, man. Just make a decision that, you know what, I'm not going to continue to have this medication anymore. I'm going to change my lifestyle. I don't want to have diabetes anymore. I don't want to have high blood pressure anymore. I don't want to have anxiety anymore. I don't want to be depressed anymore. I want to change this. And if you want to change it, you can. And I'm going to get into future videos on how you can do that. And that's what my whole study for the last few months has been on healthy aging and how to transform your life through changing your lifestyle. So stay tuned for future videos. I'm going to be putting out a ton of content, guys. If you like this, please share it with your friends. Share it on your Facebook page. Share it wherever. Please share it, because I want to reach as many people as possible. If you know of someone you care about that believes that their diabetes or their high blood pressure, whatever it is that they have, they believe that it's due to genetics, please tune them in to some of this information. They may be close to it. They may not. They may have grown up believing that what their medical doctor tells them is fact, and that's it. That's it. But guys, we plant that seed. We plant that seed, and we open up their mind just a little bit, and then that opens up even more, and it opens up even more, and opens up even more. Guys, I've seen this time and time again. I had a lady come in just in last year, comes in crying. I said, why are you crying? What's going on? She says, oh, I was just told that I got to be on diabetes medication for the rest of my life because I was just diagnosed with diabetes. And I said, well, who told you have to be on diabetes medication the rest of your life? And who tells you you have to be a diabetic the rest of your life? She says, my medical doctor told me because my dad had it, my grandfather had it, my great-grandfather had it, so it's genetic. I'm going to have it. I said to her, I said, Jamie, and she's given me permission to share this. I said to her, Jamie, do you want to change this? Do you want to become non-diabetic? And she looked at me with these big, huge eyes, and she says, I can't do that. I said, yes, you can. You can change it if you want to. I'm going to show you how you can do it. She says, yeah, sign me up. Over the course of 3 months, she made total drastic lifestyle changes, guys. She started exercising, changed her diet, all this stuff. 3 months later, she came back. She was in tears again, but these were tears of joy. These were tears of joy because she comes into my office and she said, my doctor just took me off my diabetes medication, and he told me I'm not diabetic anymore. Because that's it. I can go over story after story after story like that. I had a lady that high blood pressure, 2 high blood pressure meds. Start changing her lifestyle, getting adjusted regular, changed her diet. Guys, comes in one day, she says to me, I went to give blood today and they won't let me give blood. I said to her, why won't they let you give blood, Alice? And she says to me, my blood pressure is too low. They won't let me give blood because my blood pressure is too low. And I said, well, what's going on with your blood pressure meds? She says, I'm still on 2 blood pressure meds. Her blood pressure was like 90/60. Okay. They wouldn't let her give blood because her blood pressure is too low. She's still on 2 blood pressure meds. I said, Alice, why are you still on your blood pressure meds? She says, my doctor doesn't want to take me off because he wants to keep me on them as a preventative. As a preventative, guys. Now, her medical doctor may have her best interest at heart, what he thinks is her best interest. My feeling and my belief is being on 2 blood pressure medications, putting toxins into your body is not a preventative. If your blood pressure is going to be normal without those medications, then let it be normal. So I said, you can do what you want. I said, but if you were my mom, I would tell you to get off your blood pressure meds. She gradually got off her blood pressure meds. Now her blood pressure is normal. She's on no blood pressure meds anymore. Guys, again, story after story after story I can share with you guys, but these are the things that you're going to find as you change your lifestyle. And you may not know how to change your lifestyle, and that's fine. I'm going to put that out there for you. But here's the deal. If you start changing your lifestyle, you're going to notice amazing changes in your life. I don't care if you're healthy now, you're going to be even healthier. You're going to be saying, holy cow, I thought I was healthy before. Now it's incredible how much energy I have. If you're sick now and you're on medication, you can get off that medication. You can become healthy and well. All right? So please share this. Share this with people that you know, that you care about, that you want to see their lives changed. And most importantly, guys, tune in because I'm going to be pushing out a lot of content. And I want you to follow this. I want you to follow this. And I want you to make the lifestyle changes that you can make. I'm going to be sharing stories with you, people that have done that. I'm going to be sharing stories with you that haven't done that and where they're at now. Guys, it's sad where you go if you don't take responsibility for your health. Okay, I ask the question a lot of times at dinners, how many people here want to live to be 100? Most people don't want to live to be 100 because they see their parents or their grandparents at 60 or 70 and barely able to function and starting to lose their memory. Guys, I have an 85-year-old that walks a mile to my office for her adjustments, walks a mile home. Why can't we all do that? We can. But you got to take responsibility for your health. All right? So stay tuned. I'm going to be putting more content out. Guys, have a great day. And know that you can do this. Know that you can change. Know that you can make the lifestyle changes that you need to make you healthier. All right, I'm out. It's Dr. Clint Steele. Have a great day.